Today we're talking about how to take your exposed film and put it on a developing reel so that you can develop your pictures and have film. So normally this has to be done in total darkness. Film is sensitive to the full spectrum of light, so you have to do this in complete and total darkness. But today I'm going to show it to you in the light. It's always a good idea to get some practice film. This is film that we have decided to practice with. I won't be able to develop this film because it would come out totally black because it's been exposed to light. However, it's great to practice in the light before you try doing this with actual film that you've taken pictures of, before you have film you're ready to develop. So what we're gonna need is some practice film, right? We'll need the 3 pieces of a developing tank. We have the reel in here. This is what we'll be loading our film onto. Then we have the tank, and we have the lid. The lid has 3 pieces in of itself. We have the small cap here, and then inside there are 2 pieces that fit together. Liquid gets poured in the top here and filters through around the edges, and then this cap helps keep the liquid in. So that's what we're working with today. When I'm in total darkness, I like to set everything out in an order. I like to have the spool all the way to the right. I like to have my film or my film canister even further to the right so that I have all the steps: film, spool, tank, lid, in order. Okay? Today we're really going to focus on loading your film onto the reel. So, if we take a close look at this reel, we can see this area here that has a plate and 2 prongs. What we're going to do is hook the film onto those prongs and then roll it onto the reel. Okay, and what we're looking for is for film to be in this circle all the way around. We don't want the film to touch. If the film touches itself, it's not going to develop because the chemistry can't get between the layers of film. So, I like to set it up perfectly, right? If I'm right-handed and I'm gonna hold the film in my right hand, I want the plate to be facing towards my right hand that has the film, okay? So, with the plate facing towards my right hand, I'm going to slide the film in and hook it on the 2 hooks and then spin it around like this. I use my thumb and my forefinger to slightly bend it and guide the film in. And I'll spin it all the way around until I run out of film. Okay, and then when I feel it, I should feel that the film is all the way around. So let's do that again, but let's focus more on hooking the film. Okay, our metal spool here, we've got this plate with prongs inside it. Okay, so we're going to hold the spool in our left hand, and we're going to put the film in and hook the sprockets on those 2 points right there. And then we're going to check with our fingers, right? Make sure, because we're doing this in total dark. And then we will start spinning. Use your left hand to spin and your right hand to slightly bend the film and hold pressure. We're going to load it all the way until we run out of film. And you'll hear very little cracking. Okay, then if we feel it, we can feel that the film is all the way around. Now that our film is on this, all we have to do is place it inside the tank and put the lid on top. then we're ready to develop. So again, we're doing this all in the dark entirely, so it's a really good idea to practice these steps in the light, especially putting the film on the reel multiple times, and then try practicing with your eyes closed before you get to the point where you're actually using film that you have pictures on, okay? This is what we call practice film that we have that I bulk loaded. So when we're looking at loading film we've exposed, we also have the step of having to take the film out of the canister, okay? So if we were to do that, we'd have all our pieces set up, and then we would have our film. So again, we're doing this in complete darkness. You're either going to use a can opener to open the top if you have commercially loaded film, or if you're bulk loading, you're going to twist the top off the canister. Then you're going to pull the spool out of the middle, and you'll pull the film out, and be careful not to scratch it, and then you're going to tear it off the tape, okay? If you have an uneven end like this, you'll be able to feel it in the dark. I recommend just tearing it or cutting it. Okay. Then we're going to spool it onto our spool, right? We're going to feel for the points. We're going to lightly squeeze and insert our film onto the hooks, and then we're going to spin. Again, we'll be doing this in complete and total darkness. Or we'll be practicing with our eyes closed after we figure out how to do it with our eyes open. Okay, we'll feel it to check. Then we'll place it inside the tank and put the lid on. And then we are good to open the door and expose it to light. This has a light trap built in so that liquid can get around it, but not light. So then we'll be able to develop our film.